Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Can you believe it already? I'm so thankful that it is. So I'm glad you can join me this morning on Today with Todd. I'm going to be talking to you about the power of routine. Sounds kind of boring, right? Well, no, actually, it is one of the keys of most successful people. A poll of the average millionaire in America was taken, and in discovering and finding out their secrets to their financial success, most of them answered number one to their answer was, how did you come to this point in your life? And most of all of them said, through having a routine. So, all week long I've been talking to you about harnessing the power of focus, working through, not being double-minded. We have to develop a single-minded mentality. The Apostle James, in the book of James, he said that a double-minded man, he said, do not let him think that he shall receive anything from the Lord. So on this final Friday of all this week, I want to talk to you about how you structure your time daily. All right. So your daily structure of your time in routine is going to determine not only what you do, but who you become. You need to develop a routine every day of something that you do. Most of the time people say, well, I want spontaneity in my life. I don't want to just live out of routine. Well, creating a successful routine also gives you the quality of predictability. So a success routine will establish for you, it is the secret of a desired future. Wherever you're desiring to go, whatever you're aspiring to be or to become, the secret to that is in the secret of routine. Hey, good morning, Arlen. Good to see you. Routine can sound boring to us, but creating a routine also creates for us the potential of a desired future. A successful routine is developing the right habits that ultimately will decide our future. I know all of us want to have an impact or to have immediate influence in our world, but we also need to know that in order to be an effective person, we have to develop effective habits. So when you can begin to harness your habits, then the right direction will be established for you to propel you towards a desired goal in mind. Success and failure will both be found in your daily habits and how you utilize your time. Ultimately, the most valuable thing that we have is time. We can always get more money, but we cannot get more time. You will never see someone who is at the end of their life. I've dealt with many people at the end of their life that the most important thing to them is not their money, but moreover, it's their family, their friends, and their time. They will take their money to pay a doctor to get more time. So, what we have to understand here in habits is that habits can be found in this statement. What you think about is what you bring about. What you think about is what you bring about. Your thoughts will become your words. Your words will become your actions. And once you begin to repeat an action, that action becomes a habit. Anything that you do twice can become a habit. Habits ultimately become your lifestyle. So, not all habits are bad. When we talk in terms of habits, not all habits are bad. They are good habits. And they can be, if they are developed into a good habit, we must know that they are also God's way of helping us to succeed. So, as you go into this weekend, I want you to think about what you do as habits daily the routine that you've created for yourself. What do you do when you get up? What do you do on, if you're working a job, what do you do on your breaks? What do you do at lunchtime? What do you do when you get off of work? What do you do before you go to bed? A lot of people could say, well, Todd, how did you arrive at where you are today? Well, I spent many years in a secular workplace and working for other companies, and while I was there, I worked under the Lord. But it was a habit that I developed, that on every break, whether it was my break time or my lunch time, I was reading my Bible. I studied my Bible. And ultimately, that led me into the place where I am today. I created a habit of every break. My break was to fill my mind with God's Word. And ultimately, that small decision of creating a habit and a routine has led me to where I am today. So, just want to remind you that, creating a successful habits and routines, they will propel you toward your desired future. Thanks for joining me today. I'll be back on with you next week. Join me this Sunday. April and I are going to begin working on dealing with distress. We're going to be coming to you from the scriptures and dealing with what's going on in everyday life in order to begin to pull out your God-given potentials, that God has a desired future for you in mind. So I hope you can join me then. That'll be Sunday morning at 10:30 Beyond Church. That's in Lancaster, South Carolina. You can look us up on our website. That's wisdomforbeyond.com. If you'd like more information, you can email us at gobeyondchurch@gmail.com. I'll see you Sunday. If not, then I'll see you back here Monday morning at 9:05 live. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.